Mongoose again, and it's time for another load of old bollocks, and this time it's Charlie's Angels on the PlayStation 2. Wait, what? That can't be the intro. The song literally plays for 2 seconds and then goes straight to a demo with no sound or music or anything. Oh god, it's going to be one of those kind of games, isn't it? Okay, then first I want to discuss Hollywood in the early 2000s. They went through a bit of a fad of remaking classic 70s American TV shows into big budget Hollywood blockbusters. Starsky and Hutch got one, Dukes of Hazzard got one, and Charlie's Angels was no different. That got one too. This game came out in 2003 to coincide with the sequel, Full Throttle, and it was developed by Nico. I've never quite heard of them, and published by Ubisoft, so a pretty big publishing house, so you know you might expect half decent things. The game boasts as well the voice talents of all three of the lead actresses from the movie, so you get Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu and Cameron Diaz all lending their voice talents to the game, so you know, starting off it's looking quite promising.
Good point, Buzz. We'll try not to blow anything up.
If we encounter a hitch, we'll keep a lid on collateral damage.
Now, the story is very simple and very cliched. Basically, the Statue of Liberty has been stolen from New York City. Wait, whoever heard that storyline before? Oh yeah, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade game, and Hyperstone Heist, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. So they've pretty much ripped off that storyline straight from a classic beat 'em up from the 1990s. So they're going to get a thumbs down for that straight away. Yeah, and like I say, the voice talents of the three lead actresses are in the game, but the other voice acting leaves a lot to be desired. I don't know if they've just dragged these guys in off the street, or it was, you know, just the voice actors were on their practice run, or they were just taking the mick. They just weren't taking the whole project seriously, because the voice acting sometimes is comical.
New Yorkers woke up this morning only to discover the shocking disappearance of their Lady Liberty. After the disappearance of other monuments, including the Arc de Triomphe, the Stonehenge monoliths in England, and the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. The Monument Pirates have struck again in the dead of night.
Now, as far as gameplay goes, it's a 3D style beat 'em up, and basically it's very repetitive, very boring. You'll constantly just enter an area and you'll just be swarmed by every bad guy that is in that area. So basically, you know, there's no chance to breathe. The enemies are constantly on you, and this is made twice as hilarious given the fact that you're usually dressed in a bikini or some lingerie as a woman, and you've got big, fully grown, you know, beefy blokes with wrenches beating you over the head and stuff. Like, it's totally uncalled for. As well as the repetitive combat and gameplay, the controls are just totally broken. You know, it's very floaty, and you just can't seem to get any kind of precision when you're hitting enemies. Now, I say hitting enemies, I mean, you've only got a kick and a punch attack and a jump and kick attack, but I never get that to connect. Like, and yeah, it's just, the controls are just so wonky and broken, it's unbelievable. Right, so let's address the elephant in the room, how the game looks. Now, the game looks absolutely terrible. From the levels to the characters, they just all look so bad. And if it hadn't been for the actresses lending their voice talents to the game, I don't think I would have known like which character I was supposed to be playing as, because they're just so generic and they just don't resemble who they're supposed to. Which is strange, because in the opening cutscene, they kind of resemble who they're supposed to be. You can tell who they are, who they're supposed to be. You know, that's Cameron Diaz, that's Lucy Liu. But in game, I mean, you're just like some random chick in a bikini or lingerie. It just makes no sense whatsoever.
Guys, I'm ready.
You go, Alex!
Yeah, so the character models are just absolutely terrible, but the funniest thing about this game is all the kind of moving animations from, you know, the jumping animation to the running animation. It's all just like so bad and like actually quite funny. It's possibly the highlight of the game for me, but my favourite had to be the ladder climbing animation. It's hilarious, and it just goes on and on and on and on. Top programming, lads. Anyway, let's get to the programming, because the game is just overall just programmed so bad. One point I will mention about the bad programming is everywhere you go as you move forward, it's like there's like an invisible wall following you, behind you, like behind your heels. So if you try to go back in the level, backtrack, you can't. Everywhere you've been is automatically locked off because you've passed it. And this is in places that you can't see anymore. You can still see these places in the level, but you cannot access them. There's just like an invisible wall between you and them because you've already been there. And that just serves to confine the game more. You just get no freedom, you know, you're kind of like ushered along like alleys and corridors and stuff, and you get no freedom in the level either. I mean, what's the point in having a decent big level to fight in if you're pretty much stuck to, you know, ahead of you and you can't go back? And now I understand that's not really a bug and it's just bad programming, but it's just not on. And as far as bugs go, I found a ton of bugs just in the short playthrough that I played. Play this game for long. Like I say, it was just a short playthrough. I couldn't deal with it for much longer because it's that bad and flawed. It's just badly programmed, badly made game. So that's Charlie's Angels on the PlayStation 2, and it's a load of old bollocks. Stay away from it. Don't even play this game if you're curious just to play bad games. I mean, I'm in the habit of defending movie-based games, but I cannot defend this. It was obviously rushed out just to get it on the shelves for when the movie came out, because there's just so many bugs and glitches, and it's just, you know, a badly made game, from the bad programming, bad gameplay, repetitive gameplay, bad character design, bad voice acting, just bad level design, just bad everything. It's bad. It's a load of old bollocks, and stay away from it. Anyway, I'll leave us like I always do, people, and say thank you very much for watching. It's massively appreciated. And if you've enjoyed what you've seen, please hit that like button. And if you've enjoyed it in particular, please hit that subscribe button. And like always, people, please leave us your comments, because I love having a bit of banter and feedback from you. You know, finding out if you've played these terrible games, if you enjoyed the... No, I don't think nobody's enjoyed this game. But, you know, if you enjoy games that I'm playing or you hate them, you know, I just want to hear what you've got to say. I absolutely love it. So, yeah, thanks very much for watching, people, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. Bye.